Welcome to the Communication Corner. It's Rashawn Dozier, and I'm pumped up. I'm excited to be with you today. I pray that this conversation is one that sparks some curiosity and inspiration for you to go be the best communicator that you possibly can be. Communication, we've said it once, we've said it twice, probably said it 100 times, is a meta skill, meaning when you get better at communication, other areas of your life automatically become better. They really do, without question. There's no arguing it. And so you've probably heard of IQ and EQ before, right? The IQ, intellectual quotient. Like, how intelligent are you? How book smart are you? Maybe you've even done an IQ test. I have, not very high. It's not, but okay. I'm good at what I'm good at, right? But IQ, intellectual quotient. And then over the years, folks have recognized that IQ is important, but EQ is equally as important and over the person's life, maybe even more important than IQ. And that's your emotional quotient. That's your emotional intelligence. That's your ability to handle emotions and be able to process. EQ is important. You may have met some people that have a very high IQ, but a low EQ. And you're like, I would prefer for your EQ to be a little higher, your emotional intelligence, your situational, awareness to be higher than your IQ. Oh, let me not forget about AQ. AQ is one of my favorite. So IQ, EQ, and I'm talking about very recently, like the past 3 years or so, psychologists are really doubling down on the importance of AQ, which is the adaptability quotient. So your ability to work through storms and struggle, be gritty, persevere. Some folks have high IQ, high EQ, but like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan till you get punched in the face, right? And so what happens when you get punched in the face? How high is your AQ? How high is your ability to navigate storms and adversity? But because this is the communication corner, I have another one that I want you to consider, that I want you to focus on every single day, and that's CQ. What? That's CQ, the conversational quotient, or we'll call it conversational intelligence. What is your conversational intelligence? Remember, I don't just want to help you become a better public speaker. That's something I can certainly help you with, something I do for a living, something I'm good at, something I fly all across the country to do at a high level. But I want to help you have better conversations, because we'll give more conversations in our life than we ever give presentations. I've created something specifically for you. I know that you're a person that wants to get better with your words. You want to win with your words so that you can begin winning in the world. You want to have more influence, more impact, and you know that means growing as a communicator. So what I've done is once a month, I'm going to meet with you. I'm going to teach you high-level communication skills that you can implement to your life. We're calling this the Communication Corner. It's a community that's been created specifically for you. Would love for you to join. Would love for you to be part of the growth. Click the link and see what we're all about. Let's go. And so I want you to think about it this way. Conversational intelligence is the ability to effectively and skillfully engage in conversations with others. And so I want you to ask yourself that question right now. What is my level, or where is my level of conversational intelligence? Do I have the ability to effectively and skillfully engage in conversations with others? Or am I a little clunky? Am I fumbling the rock? Is it not as effective and efficient as it could be? Is it not as skillful? Am I running into issues because I don't have the skills to overcome objections, or have the skill to deal with a person who has heightened levels of energy and emotion when they talk to me? Conversational intelligence. And so it's imperative that if you want to grow in life, if you want to be more influential, more impactful, that you grow as a communicator, which means that you're going to have to focus on growing your conversational intelligence. Because a communication is when ideas, emotions, ideologies, thoughts leave your mind and go into the mind of someone else. So thoughts, ideas, emotions leave your mind, come out of your mouth and go into the mind of somebody else. And you use communication for that. Communication is transportation. It's how you transport ideas and thoughts and emotions from your mind out of your mouth to somebody else. And to be able to do that at a high level, you need a higher level of conversational intelligence. And so let me just give you one thing right now. Just give you one thing and we'll get out the way. Like, I know that you have a lot going on. You're a mover, you're a shaker. That's why you're watching the show. You want to be better. You want to grow in every aspect of your life. So, okay, Rashawn, you say have higher levels of conversational intelligence. That's great. But don't just tell me something. Help me do it. Help me apply it. Help me actually implement this in my life. Cool. Thank you. I'd love to do that. So one way to grow and increase your conversational intelligence is I want you to think about your internal dialogue. Internal. Because what's done in the dark will eventually come to light, right? And so how are you conversating with yourself internally? What are you saying to yourself? Because I need you to understand the most important person you'll ever talk to is you. So what's the internal dialogue like? Like, before you become a great public speaker and even private speaker, what are those personal conversations that you're having with yourself? So I want you to focus on this. What are the words that are repetitive that I'm saying to myself and speaking over myself? Like, how do I speak to myself internally? Like, do I say to myself that I am capable, that I am gifted, that I am talented? Do I speak life over myself internally? I want you to get better with your words, like privately and personally, before you even start delivering them publicly. That's where I had to grow, right? I'll be real with you. Like, my conversational intelligence shifted when I shifted how I spoke to myself, how I spoke over myself, because how I spoke over others was nothing more than a byproduct of how I spoke over myself. It was overflow, it was a fountain of how I spoke to myself. And so that's my first thing for you. I know you're like, oh, Rashawn, I wanted you to give me a nugget. No, that is a nugget. Start speaking to you better, and your conversational intelligence, your awareness will begin to grow, because communication is transportation. And you need it to be able to effectively change and impact the world at the highest level. So, hey, I want your CQ to grow, but before it grows, you need to change how you speak to yourself. I hope this blesses you. Thank you for dropping by the Communication Corner. I'll see you next time.